Welcome to the Majestic tutorials. Over here, I'll be handling the answers to this salt analysis questions. It says that C is a mixture of organic and inorganic compounds. Carry out the following exercises on C. Record the observations and the inference drawn from the results of each test as usual. So first of all, we're going to make a table in the space provided. Over here, make a table of a test, observation, and inference. And inference also means conclusion drawn from the result of each what test. As for tests, observation, and for inference. Then if you have extra line, maybe for serial number, we'll number the questions as it is. So the first question there said that that's 2A, says C, simply C plus non-luminous flame. What's your observation? Sorry, that should be test. Observation, and then inference. Inference. Okay. Then this case, what should be the observation? This is flame test. You say bluish green flame, or what? Don't put or choose one, or deep green flame produced. And you write here copper 2 ion present, even though it's enough to confirm it, but because we have other one that gives green, barium gives green, so even though it's mixed, we are analyzing mixture of glucose and copper 2 sulphate. All right, just listen carefully with this guide so you will know how to approach questions in the exam hall. You make a line here, you go to the next one as it is instructed. We have over here Bi, so we have 2Bi, simply C plus 10 cm³ distilled water plus litmus. Simple, because that's the instruction. Dissolve the remaining part in 10 cm³. Observation is C dissolves to form what? A light blue solution. Solution C turned blue litmus paper red. Blue litmus paper red. Say C is what? Soluble. Solution of C is acidic. Solution of C is acidic. And we are done. Then the next one says to the first portion, add aqueous ammonia in drops until in excess. I think I have to turn to the other extra page where we are left to answer. So let me manage here. Okay, we will not see test well here, so I got to go to next where the page continued. We'll still make the same table. It's always good to make your work neat. There's nothing as good as a clean work. If you read the instructions given at the back, nobody cares. You just open and you are told to write, answer the questions with a very legible and comprehensive. Your writing should be legible. You organize your work, not to put the examiner into research that is marking your paper or trying to capture. So don't just make the work difficult. I don't know if you have marked script before. No, the best script to mark is the one that is very readable. Mm, I don't know why I'm making mistake. Just want to divide this. Yeah, good. The next one is to the first portion as still test, observation, and inference. Right? Remember that previous table doesn't cover the one that enters new page, so you still repeat same thing. Very much organized. Now, the first portion or first part of solution C plus ammonia with aqueous in drops plus excess. What will be your observation? There will be light blue precipitate, precipitate in drops which dissolves to form a deep blue solution in excess, which dissolves in excess ammonia to form a deep blue solution. This is a complex ion called tetraamine copper 2 ion. That's the deep blue. You simply come here and write what? Copper 2 ion confirmed. This confirms copper 2 ion. Then we go to the next question. The next question I told us to do what? To add a barium chloride and then in drops. No. In barium chloride, we don't need it to be in drops. We don't need it there in drops or in excess. The next question says to the second portion, add barium chloride aqueous followed by excess HCl. Okay, that's the next thing. Remember, follow the order that the question appears. So, second portion of C plus, I got to place my number well, is 2BII, 2BIII plus barium chloride aqueous plus excess HCl. Then you will write here white chalky precipitate. Some might tell you to write white bluish because the solution is already blue now. We say it's light blue, so don't say that. White chalky or white powdery precipitate formed, which did what? Which persists in excess dilute HCl. Immediately you add barium chloride and it gives you white precipitate, white powdery precipitate. You have to suspect three ions, although that you say you have to infer that three ions will be likely there. Suspect is somehow ions are not criminals. Just use present. The three ions in our mind should now be tetraoxosulfate 6 ion, trioxosulfate 4 ion, or trioxocarbonate 4 ion. Likely or present. Then immediately it persists. As it persists here, it persists in excess H here. You write tetraoxosulfate 6 ion confirmed. Exactly. So then the last experiment is to do Ferlin solution A. That's the 2Bi, still rule again, finger ruler. The practical is somewhere you need to secure your maximum, like make sure you get more than 80% in your practical, because there is every chance that the theory might look harder than you expected. But this is the one you already know what they might ask you. So the other one say third portion of C plus valence A and B plus 1. Just now write what the written there is that on adding A, there will be no visible reaction, but on adding B, a deep blue solution is formed which turn brick red on warming. That should be the correct thing. No visible reaction on adding valence a deep blue solution formed with Ferry solution B, deep blue solution formed with valence B, which turned brick red on warming, or orange red, which turned brick red or orange. I'm giving you or, you shouldn't give or, use one. Orange red on warming, or you say brick red precipitate formed on warming, say presence of reducing sugar or presence of glucose. Presence of reducing sugar, or you can say presence of glucose. So now other possibilities that I did not discuss here are what and what. Situation whereby, how about sodium hydroxide? How about sodium hydroxide? One thing here is that sodium hydroxide, I did the experiment. You watch the live stream link, of which I will attach to this video now. You see where I did the experiment. Sodium hydroxide gave an amazing reaction. Instead of forming light blue gelatinous precipitate, a light blue gelatinous precipitate, uh, that means that my 2bi here, I need to put gelatinous. I omitted it. Okay. See what I mean? Here, please, should be light blue gelatinous. It's gelatinous precipitate. Okay. So, but when you use sodium hydroxide, the theoretically expected result is that it should give light blue gelatinous precipitate, which will persist in excess. But do you know what? If you have done this experiment, just watch my live stream. I am streaming the experiment at SirMajesty Easy World Science Channel. So this is it for the salt analysis. Then saber mirror test might come out, but it will lead to a lot of distractions because the copper 2 ion will be interfering with even the ammonia and the Tollings reagents. But all that is needed to carry out silver mirror test is there. It's possible, but due to interfering ion, we might not have a positive result. But if they tell you to carry out silver mirror test, if you are facing the situation of carrying out a silver mirror test, you can get a clue on how to do the silver mirror test. I will attach a video link on silver mirror test to distinguish between alkanas and alkanones, and the glucose, the functional group in glucose that gives it the property of being a reducing agent is what is the HCO. It has extra hydrogen attached to the alpha carbon, that's attached to the carbonyl group. So it is the presence of this, I think I will use red. This is the functional group, C double bond O. So this extra H makes it a reducing agent. So glucose is an aldose sugar. So know the other isomers of glucose. Just back up on number three. The isomers of glucose, we have fructose, galactose, mannose, although the most common is fructose and galactose. So you should also know that we have D glucose and L glucose, glucose D and glucose L. This is based on optical isomerism. So you know that we have D glucose or glucose D, because the D glucose is the most common one and the most abundant, of course. That's the one that is found naturally in the human body. So the other L glucose is special and very scarce. So just know that they exhibit optical what? Isomerism. One rotates plane of a polarized mirror to the right, the other one rotates to the left. That is the D glucose, that's the dextro, while the other one is lavio, that's the one that rotates to the left. Okay. So please, thank you so much for watching, and I plead with you to please subscribe to this Majestic tutorial channels. We'll be handling Majestic tutorial, just like the name. Then we teach science, we do science also. For the sciences, for the experiments, we visit SirMajesty World Science channel. My channel also is going to be focusing more on experiments. This will now focus on tutorials on theoretical works. Much love. Remain majestic anywhere you are.